Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where I did it. I survived. I survived being ill and then probably giving myself food poisoning and then coming out to family members, and here I am, back again. Because nothing stop me from making these videos. That's definitely not true. I immediately regret saying it. I am basically a soft, small, tiny little baby. Do not challenge me because I will cry. We're back here in this game. And we're like completely reliant on the necrophages to put right what has been made wrong. And that feels like the first step of a plan that ends with us being consumed by monster bug people. But we don't really have a lot of options. If I tried to come over here and clean out these ruins myself, I would either get eaten by Mycera or by the necrophages themselves. So we're just going to sit here patiently. On the other continent, we're gearing up for conflict. Some things are rapidly approaching. It's almost wintertime, and I gotta be honest with you. I don't love the math here. Like, I do wonder if it's gonna turn out that just like even with all of the stuff that we've been building here, we just don't have the hopes of don't have a hope of breaching this wall. We have some strategic weaponry, but they're also going to have strategic weaponry, right? Their tech level is probably very high. They're the Vaulters. I guess we can actually check. We don't have to guess about that. Where are they at research-wise? I know that we have hurt them pretty badly. Vaulter Pink is 18. 19? 19. So they're in Era 3, but they may or may not have Era 3 weaponry. They definitely have access to Era 2 weaponry, though. And because of the way they work, their troops with Era 2 weaponry are better than ours. But I mean, what it's going to come down to is like a fairly fair fight in terms of actual numbers, right? We have a whole city's militia. They have a whole city's militia. We'll have a full army. They'll have a garrisoned full army with a commander. What we have to do is try to catch them when they don't have access to reinforcement troops from elsewhere, and we also have to fight through 200 points of extra HP on top of all of their units, which we can't really do anything about except, you know, hope. And it should be noted that although the monk is very good against them, because they're bow units, it is possible for them to have Flying Slayer if they have gone for longbows instead of short bows with a shield, or hand crossbows with a shield. Then they will be doing massive bonus damage to our monks. And we really have no way of knowing what they'll do there. There's definitely, like, in this matchup, it makes a lot more sense for them to go crossbows with shields if they think we have a fair number of seekers, and a lot more sense to go the other way if they think we have a lot of monks. So there is definitely a little bit of Yomi involved here. Anyway, I guess you may as well hang out over top of the spices. You can aspirate us some spices, and you can see it. Well, it's turned away, but you can see it using that weird snout on the front to gather up the spices for us. Will we get enough to actually fire a booster? Probably not. All right, I guess let's just keep going. So all this turbulence should shift over to provide us a pretty easy path back to land. And I don't want to give the game away too much, but we do want to move the troops from Gleka up to Cha at some point here, and I'm not really sure when the most optimal moment for that will be. Okay, you just produced a settler. Why did I suddenly get a whole bunch? Oh, right, because our hero has crazy vision. I always forget, like, it's just units. Units have better vision than cities. So what we can see is that they do, in fact, have a full army sitting right here, and that it will definitely not be possible for us to engage in any kind of military combat while that is the case. Yeah, this army does need to be up in Cha, and I mean, it makes sense, right, for us to have our troops up there. It's not necessarily indicative of hostility. And also, it's less likely the pink will attack us if Cha has a full garrison, I feel like. It sure looks like what they might be gearing up to do. Is this... Okay, no, that's the pirate ship thing, whatever. There's a Skyfin in Vaiksul. That's definitely not how that's pronounced. I really don't want to send somebody back across the ocean right this second. It's a very awkward moment for that. Let's jam out right of way, because we're going to have to get our money situation fixed up here. Do we want to take this moment to get meritocratic promotion going? We don't get a ton of benefit out of people being in Zoyos' army. He's just got army health boost 1. But, I mean... Yeah. Yeah, we oughta. I have concerns. Alright, so that's probably not going to go our way. After you produce this... Could we get a monk out of the same turn? No. Can I... think I'm going to devote myself to, like, hard industry focus now that we got the extra point of population off of the food. Let's try to... Yeah, this will be the last unit we build in Adina, because it's going to take them too long to run. In Cha, it's going to be it's going to be 1 billion turns because we're not industry focused. Also, I should definitely update the seeker design. I know we weren't building them, but we should have a modern design for our seekers. So I think we probably... We're spears on our monks, right? We know they're using a bunch of Dawn officers. Hold on, let me go look at their... They're using Dawn officers and Justiciars. If they had archers, obviously it'd make a lot more sense for us to go with shields. We don't know what the full extent of their military force is. But this is not the first time we've seen their Dawn officers running around. So I think the question of spears versus swords and shields is like a little unsettled here, but I'm inclined to go for the shields. Just because no matter how you equip them, your seekers have to get very, very good and very, very well equipped before they're realistically capable of doing damage. For the most part, what they're here to do is be in the way and catch enemy ranged units out of position. So let's stick with the with that design, and we will retrofit you and also the one that is traveling with the hero. And that was a lot of our dust. That was more dust than I was expecting. Zoyos, not properly equipped either. We do have the resources for the Dish of Canuck. So 6 defense plus 20% defense. The thing is, the Dish of Canuck is entirely defensive, while Breakwall does have that bonus damage on it. But yeah, I think we've gotta do that. Plus, look how cool and intrepid it is. And then in terms of weapon, yeah, just crossbow him. This is plus 15 damage. Yeah, alright. It's a lot of money, but it's probably worth it. Okay, here's hoping that Pink is going to send that army off to do something else. Maybe to go protect that settler. I don't really want them to settle east. Like, I would love for this to be my continent. My second continent, but, you know. One problem at a time. Oh, that's true. We did do that. The Ardent Mages have negotiation tactics. We are being, yep, knew that was coming. We're being scouted by Brown. Probably most of what Brown is doing here is just looking for the ability to get Vision of Ruins so that it can overgrow them and stuff. Which is annoying, and I wish they weren't doing it, but it's not something I'm going to get hostile about, I don't think. I'm going to feign moving away here, because we really, really need them to think that we're not in a position to threaten them. Okay, Tinu, obviously pick up Impassioned Preacher down in Edina. Yeah, that's a reasonable boost. And this is clear now, so we're going to go for it, and hopefully nobody will stop us or overgrow it in the meantime. I probably should have jumped in the water last turn, knowing that this would clear this turn, but I really didn't want to give the necrophages a reason to stick around. Alright, here we go. All of our units in dark form. I'm going to prioritize this move. Okay, we got to get that done regardless of whether or not we're going to get punished for it. A Delver's tribe in Igtoheen. That's wild. Igtoheen. It's not every day that I see a name from the list that I'm not familiar with. I don't know that most games we see an Igtoheen. We have no idea where it is. So what we probably want to do is like try to trade maps with green or something. Minus 25% dust on cities. That's fun. So we're in dire shape. I'm gonna grab this if you don't mind. We're in dire shape money-wise, and that's not getting any better, it looks like. You know what? Merge up. This will help a tiny little bit. Go grab some pearls nearby. Again, I don't want to necessarily walk too far away. I just want to walk far enough away that Pink thinks we are leaving. I mean, there's no way that we could be seen from here, right? I don't think so. How do I make money and survive? I guess this will help. I mean, but when we level up a Garth, does it gain? Okay, it does gain dust output. So taking another Garth to level 2, stretching out toward the Fumarole, technically giving this city the ability to build boats is something we can do, but we also definitely have to refocus the population. And I hate to do this, because completing this road is really going to help, but yeah, that's also something we have to do. And then we need to figure out a new plan. Okay, yeah, defungalize that ruin. Let's... Do I even want to bother? Oh, well, it turns out it doesn't change the amount of time that it costs to finish my right-of-way at all, so yeah, I guess so. So on this coming turn, having literally everyone in the Empire devoted to dust will not be sufficient. Obviously, I don't want to fire a spice booster during the winter. I would if it was going to bump any of our city's approval levels up, but it looks like it will not be necessary. This ends in 5 turns, this ends in 5 turns, and we can refire it. Okay. What is the influence cost of a war declaration? Not that much. Oh, right. Remember, the cost of declarations is halved for us during the winter anyway, so... We can't possibly do this if they are allowed to keep this army in position, right? Well, if they step that army outside the walls, which it actually is right now, if we were able to attack this army and have it be like a more fair numbers versus fair numbers except without their fortifications fight, it actually might be feasible for us to... Yeah, that's interesting. A thing worth remembering is that we can sell units to the marketplace too if it turns out to be that dire. It does not buy us a ton of time, but it's actually quite a short winter. So we gotta figure out a plan for hanging on for a while. I didn't realize how bad the winter was gonna be, or I might not have bothered retrofitting those troops. All right. We gotta make something happen this turn. Because we are gonna be broke beyond broke if we do not. So... you can just get back in the water, I suppose. We gotta find Igtohin. I guess go find out if that could be Igtohin. Nope, it's got a name that starts with S. Okay. Well, this is a real bummer. Okay, let's move through here. So they moved the army far enough away. Oh, and they're, it looks like they're, what do you call it? Ran out. Their emeralds at the same time. So that's actually, like, very convenient for us. I think we have to declare and just go for it. And if this doesn't do the job, then that's pretty bad news. But, like, if this does do the job, then we probably have... I mean, they're already in a bad spot, but we have probably, like, ended them, right? And we get a second player capital, which obviously is high value. I am going to pick up Diplomat's Manse because, like I said, this may be a thing where we want to trade some maps or something, and we can't do that until we can declare peace. Or at least until we can offer peace. And let's have Adam. I do have to declare. Are you out of movement? Yes. Cool. Cool and dope and excellent. Don't really want any responses to this. Alright, siege him up and let's do it. So they do have a hero. Pretty excellent defense. Not a ton of damage. Certainly not like relative to our hero's damage. And all of the units in the garrison are just justiciars, so tough but not very dangerous. Now, this is another one of those situations where a failure to win the battle in one turn is definitely going to have like a cost. This is a thing we do have to care about. Can you step up here? I want to make sure that we're ready to like really rush them hard. And remember, these initiative values are pre-morale. So yeah, they're going to shift up in our favor a little bit. Okay. So, we want our hero to fire for, like, there. Right, want to make sure we're splashing damage as much as possible. Or maybe, like, here, actually. Because this unit only has 150 50 defense, where this one has 240. The Seeker can run around and lock you up. This Seeker... The thing is, I don't really want to deny spaces for monks to attack from. Yeah, I think I'm going to have this Seeker just get out of the way. And then I definitely want monk attack. Monk attack. The Justiciars are going to do stuff, but they're not going to be able to like maneuver very effectively. One of them will be able to move to here and attack down with that monk, which is annoying, but you know, whatever. And then I'm going to see if we can get a couple of the closer monks onto the enemy hero, maybe. Depending on how the Justiciars have moved, we may have the option. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see what it looks like. Who is first of the Justiciars? You? So you won't... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's try it like this. Okay, not a great start there. I mean, like I said, Seekers don't do a lot of damage, pretty much no matter what. So their Justiciars chose to like stand still and use their Benediction ability rather than attacking, which I did not predict and I don't think is a good idea. I think that is an error on their part. How exactly does Benediction work again? Removes the status effect and provides... Okay, so it provides some immunity for 2 rounds and then also a pretty small amount of healing. 15% of a poor damage value. And obviously that unit was already at full health, so sort of questionable play there. We hadn't given them a lot of places that they could move to, though. So I still like this attack for raining damage around there. Then you're going to get to do something. You'll probably attack one of these 2 units. Or you might move up and do something else, I guess. Then your turn. Probably just lock up one of these 2. Probably prevent that one from moving deeper. The 2 Justiciars that are over by the hero will go. Can't really predict what that's going to yield. And then... I don't know. This is going to be weird kind of no matter how it goes. I guess you've got that, so you don't have to. You can lock this one if you're still allowed to do stuff. And then it would be super cool if we could get these monks to actually start exercising their cone attacks. But that relies on us actually getting multiple attacks off without them being interrupted by a counterattack, which we can't necessarily rely on happening. Oh, you know what? I should have the hero move to here before shooting so that we can have this hero try to move there. And then you should, yeah, I don't know, run forward or something. Do whatever you can. Yeah, being forced into counterattacks, very unfortunate for my units. We are not trading very effectively here. Like the numbers are being a little low. There we go. Need to see some 113s. At this point, yeah, shooting the hero is more valuable because we want damage on the Justiciars. We don't so much care about the militia. The Justiciars dying is like very important though. You're not going to be able to move to there, friend. So then that one does stuff, and we can't really predict necessarily what it will be. Yeah, the rest of you work on this. I think this is okay. Maybe we should have you 2 specifically focus there if possible. Just try to actually finish something off. That'd be neat. So yeah, that's actually... Hold on. You're going to want to make the shot from here, I guess, which means you make the shot from there. Okay. Raining damage on the units that actually matter as best we can. Okay, we're getting some of that, and you can see that cone strike once it actually starts hitting a once we start hitting for reasonable values, it really sprays a lot of damage. Also, I gotta remember, does that... Maybe I'm misunderstanding what consecutive attack means, because we did get the cone off of this unit, and I thought... No, that makes sense. Sorry, this was not the one that had to counterattack last round. Well, whatever, it's working. The important part is it's working. And it's working to an extent where I don't know that we need to modify the plan too much at this point. I think I want you to push there. You should do the same thing if you can. Yeah, you hold up there, you hold up there. Yeah, okay. I like all of this. Yep, by focusing on the one monk, they're letting this other monk build up the cone. Unfortunately, we've now got the battlefield is now shaped in such a way that we can't really take advantage of it. Yeah, you show her. Okay. I don't think we need to modify this. I think we're doing the right thing here. Obviously, the units that are standing in the city tiles are just gonna be tough. Let's shoot at the one with more health, because this one will die to the splash damage. Fingers crossed. Nope. Okay, well, that works. Please finish it. Oh no. Their city's gonna technically survive. So this means they have a whole turn to finish reinforcements and move stuff in, and that's very annoying. And we have to sell a unit. So I'm gonna sell this half health seeker out of this garrison. Okay. Not what I was looking for. And remember, we do not have our crazy high health regen rate when we're in dark form. That is a light form attribute. That said, I mean, we're going to get the city, of course. But it's not as clean as I would have liked. And that, you know, the level of cleanliness can matter. So you just got to make sure we commit the attack as soon as the turn starts before those reinforcements have time to move in. Okay. Oh, the last remaining unit died because if the city's at 0 health and it takes attrition damage, it directly damages the units in the city. Oh, cool. That's probably very bad, but it's very bad in a sort of not right this second kind of way, which, you know, we'll deal with. Okay, so they have some units in the sea. They have some justiciars here who, without the city to back them up, are looking a lot less menacing. Oh. One of these monks is, like, very out of date. But yeah, you saw there the dark side, the dark form monk's ability to turn a battle that should be weighted in the opponent's favor to our favor in a pretty serious way. Oh, unfortunately, all of our booster cost has gone up to 25. That is a shame. So, what did we get here in Karat? They have built a center for mineralogy. We can see that. Just the basics. It's actually remarkably underdeveloped for a faction capital. So, let's see about peace. That is a shame. Now, it's probably safe for us to give them stuff because they're effectively out of the game at this point, right? We know they built a settler and we didn't kill the settler, so they may have a second city under construction, but it is turn 48 and they currently have 1 city. Let's actually, we can even verify whether they maybe snuck another one to another landmass or something. No, as of the beginning of the turn, they owned 2 regions. Now it is just 1. So, Yeah, we can tap out of this war, and I think we'd better, because if the necrophages are actually going to try to sail troops over, we need to get bodies over here to catch them at the landing. So what do I have to do to get Pink to not be at war with me right now? I'll give them 2 technologies. I mean, they're going to have an impossible time catching back up, and like for all of my titanium, they do it. They don't have anything else we could take from them. Yeah. Be placated. And then we need to, yeah, turn it around. I want to go get the ruin. It has to wait. So we will turn it around and quickly try to catch any necrophage force before it could land. Worth noting, we actually have an extensive cliff here, so their options for landing places are actually pretty narrow. They have to land way on the Chahian Peninsula, or they have to land pretty close to the city, which is good news for us in the long run. And here in Karat, we will do this, and probably some of this. Yeah. Okay. You might be saying, hey, SB, that doesn't really seem like... that war wasn't that close. Seems like maybe you didn't need to be so careful. But remember, it's not just like... we're not trying to barely win a city here. We needed to win that city in such a way that this army couldn't immediately come down here and take it back from us. We needed to win this city in such a way that we still had an army in case the necrophages declared war for some reason. So... I was cautious for sure, and too cautious I might perhaps even grant, but it did behoove us to be careful there. We had a lot riding on exactly how that came out. So my plan here is to use the Skyfin to briefly scout just like right here to see whether there are actually necrophages in the water. Out of curiosity, what does a peace deal that you will take look like? It looks like literally impossible. Cool. Okay. Well, if we win a couple of battles against them, we may be able to change their mind on that. What is their military strength? Okay, it's not actually that much higher than ours right now. Curious that they declared war on me at all. It's probably just because they figured I was already at war, so I looked like a soft target. Did they declare war on Pink at the same time? No, somehow they've not met Pink. Well, that's very interesting. Is Brown more powerful than the necrophages are, militarily? No. Okay. My thinking here is that what we probably want to do is make friends with Brown, and then together with Brown, we'll sweep out the necrophages whenever we can get away with it. Oh, we have a food problem. I mean, it's not red. Okay, there we go. +1. As worried as I am about powering up the Mycera player, I'm much more worried about a powerful necrophage player on my border. Okay, it doesn't look like we're in any grave danger. We're not losing time running our army over here because there is stuff of value to do down here anyway. Market ban, not ideal. Not ideal, but probably survivable. It does mean that we cannot sell our units to the marketplace again. I'm going to take, I think, a second level of traveling salesman over safe passage. Like, doing so is definitely wrong in the long run. Yeah, it's too wrong in the long run. I'm just worried, you know? All right, so I need to get another point of population before I could put down another Garth. We have 2 turns of winter left. So... That's weird. Our food was positive in Karat, and we still lost a citizen. Well, then, okay. We're going to do this. We're going to barely make it. We're going to limp into summer, and then roads are going to start finishing all over the place, and we're going to be fine after that, I think. I sure hope. Okay, it doesn't look like we're in any immediate danger from the necrophages, so I'm just going to move on. We gotta go find Allayi. So glad I got peace. We gotta go find that weird region. So right here, I don't really want to build... You know what? Build me... Why can I not build... Oh, because this is not that city. Right, that's... Shoot. Well, this city doesn't really need any watchtowers. That watchtower, I guess, is worth... You know what? It's worth something. We don't currently have vision of this area. But really what I need is for this city to build a couple of watchtowers, and we can't afford to, like, force the issue. Okay, next turn it's summer. While we're waiting for that, you can just run down here. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what they mean by enemy. Has the war situation between you two changed? It sure has. Okay. So this has gone from a thing where we could just stand back and try not to get in the way to a thing where we may have to provide active support. We're about to move into the next era. You know what? We still don't have topography. Let's grab that. And then we'll figure things out from there. We got to get Uner in because I need some glass steel. Okay, they were able to settle Kostrian. That's fine though. Like they're going to have a hard time rebuilding, and with any assault on us now necessarily being a naval assault, that gives us a lot of safety. The AI is not always great at managing those. I don't know if you had noticed. Okay, so we got our ability to ask for peace. You'll just do it straight up. That's actually wonderful. I'm not even going to make this weird for you. Actually, can I have some dust? No, probably not. Okay, I'll take peace. Green. Also, I would love peace. Okay. Now, green, if we could perhaps do a map exchange. And of course, they're going to make that awkward. I'm actually very surprised by the degree to which they have a problem with this. So we can get ourselves back on the market in exchange for diplomats' mans, which they want anyway. They could just market ban us again, but us having done this, they are perhaps friendlier. I'm going to try this. All right, so tell me what you know of the world. What is the name of the region? Igtohin. So you do not know it. You do know the blue player, who we have not met yet. It's a Kapaku. Okay. So you do not know Igtohin, but you do have lots of information. And actually, your empire is quite small. You got choked out of territory very early. The Kapaku player probably fast expanded them, and then they can't declare war to do anything about it, so. This game has unfolded in a very interesting way. So, if we're looking for Igtohin, I guess let's, do we know what the name of this region is? It looks like it starts with an LE. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna sail up here and we'll see what's what. May as as well talk to everybody. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to hold any fortresses, but we may be able to get some intermediary rewards. And yeah, everybody just build and build and build. Okay, we made it. We survived winter. At some point here, we do need to settle Unarin. You know what? I accept. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Aha! Ooh. Bunch of half-health transport ships. We could provide some pressure there. And most of our units have healed up. We'll be healing at our increased light side rate or light form rate, so yeah, we could provide some pressure there. And that's our village. And now that we're at peace with the Mycera, I believe we're allowed to interact with the village without having to burn it. I think that's the case. Yep, that's unfortunate. We don't actually have incomes of any of this stuff, so that's a shame. Alright, down here, we certainly do benefit from building out some burrows. Sorry, some garths. Yeah, that's not bad. And then next time we get to pick that up. But we also definitely need to keep some people devoted to cash, I'm pretty sure. Feels like a terrible waste to do it in the capital. Let's bump you over to industry. Yeah, that seems like the right move. And then you don't even have an alchemy workshop yet, so get to that. Okay, and winter has just ended. We have here an opportunity to do a little bit of voting. Let's do a little bit of voting. Let's vote for a reduction on morale on units in cities. This is a little bit of a gutsy, this is a little bit of an I think I will always be attacking and never defending kind of move, but I really, really can't bear, this is going to be so bad for us in conjunction with the dust loss. And we have the pearls that we can put enough votes behind this to make it really awkward for anybody else to try to pass us. Yeah, we'll put that up at 11 and see if anybody really wants to challenge. We can make this very expensive indeed. And that's right, the second winter happened, so now we can unlock the chapel, and I am absolutely willing to spend pearls on a chapel. Chapel in the capital is phenomenal, in fact. Actually, definitely worth industry focusing for. Edina's a 2-village region, but Chaw's a 3. Yeah, that's... okay, that's a number. Alright, we're gonna industry focus. We can afford the dust hit. At least for the moment we can. Yeah, alright. I need the necrophages not to take Ochk. That would be very bad for us. Ochk has the megapole. So we need to make sure that that does not occur. And I mean, we can challenge that army on land too, as long as they don't have backup. That's a thing that's totally doable. So we're entering a new era here. Next turn. That'll be good news, but we can't really do much with our... Oh, hold on. I'm going to let them finish sailing before I do anything, because if they move adjacent to... Yeah, we might have to just jump in the water and show them what's what. Maybe they got in the water for the purpose of sailing over here. My assumption is that their units are better than mine, right? A Necrodrone 6 probably has pretty good stats. But at the moment, it's just a transport ship. Oh, sweet, 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 sweet trade route money. It begins. Also, like, 25 extra science is really not that insignificant of an amount. And then after we do this, maybe we're talking about like creating the settler for Unirin. I'm a little worried about expanding my empire too much because I think it's going to be hard for us to maintain our approval levels. We have like no access to luxuries. But should we just get in the water and have at them? I think so. I think let's do it. Wow, I am shocked by that retreat. Because, I mean, like, these units were dead either way, right? So, okay. I mean, they've just sacrificed that hero to us, which I really appreciate. This is going to do some good for our reputation with the Mycera as well. They're going to love that we're killing enemy armies. There's no version of this where we can get control of either of these Urkins, right? I probably have to just let that go. But it doesn't feel right. Alright, so let's make sure we clean this up. And then we've got a little while before the next winter. So, well... we may have a little while before the next eclipse. I think that's not actually a thing that I feel safe saying is definitely the case. Ugh. Rough. Very, very poor resource stuff. Oh, cool. A dearth of dust. Cannot catch a break. Okay. Having a quick look over here. Somebody decided to put down a bunch of prayers on this, but not enough for it to matter, which is an odd strategy to say the least. Here, let's just be careful we don't expose our non-hero ships to fire on the opening turn. Wait, our ships do not visually delineate between the hero and the units. Okay. So what do you have? You have 2 speed and 3 range. And only 38 damage. So in theory, it should not be possible for you to do enough damage to a ship to kill it in one. I wouldn't think. I guess if we just morale ball, though... yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. Just totally morale ball up. And then... try to kill it before it gets a turn. Oh, that doesn't work when we're in boat form, apparently. Well, good to know. I guess... yeah. Yep. 57. That's very annoying. Okay. And then I think we probably just like sail straight across, right? Like we need to go over here and be ready to reinforce Ochk. I am here, friend. I am ready to help you. And you're gonna come through... it doesn't actually help me to put the Skyfin on land. It's not actually faster on land. So we don't know for sure if there have been any direct battles between... okay, Brown's military strength has climbed rapidly. So Brown can probably take the necrophages on their own at this point. This is... does this represent me putting my units in boats? I think it probably does, actually. I guess that makes sense in a way, but it's very silly. Alright, well, I think that it does make sense for us to go... no, sorry, not Reaping Station. To go for the Smelting Station right away, because we have no... we have no tier... we have no Era 3 resource incomes from fortresses this game, but we actually have a fair number of deposits. This is just get a hero to level 8, and we're doing very well on it. I sure would love that extra health regen. Is it... Zoyos is the... yeah, Zoyos is the one who's leading right now. He's doing good work. Okay. I don't know if it, like... The AI can be a little bit touchy about you having your units in their territory, even if you are friendly, even if you are doing the thing I'm doing right here. I'm hoping that they're not going to get cross with us. That's probably a yes, actually. I think there's a very high likelihood that I should do that. Yeah, in fact, definitely accept. That amount of money is pretty high value. And we pull the titanium out of the ground quickly enough thanks to our Harmonite, to our Silix affiliation, that we don't need to stress about that amount of titanium going missing. Plus, giving your war ally a bunch of strategic materials obviously has benefit. How much does a hero cost right now? It's like 600. Okay, you're still dust focused. I think finishing the chapel takes priority here. But yeah, with a boost of like 400 extra dust, I think we should push for a hero. I would have just let that city sit unheroified for a while, but I don't think that is necessary at this point. All right, let's be very careful on our approach here. So Brown took a city. We can come over here and have a look at Kandre and see if it is potentially vulnerable. I'm not necessarily interested in gaining a city on this continent, but I would love to take a city from someone that my ally is at war with, just like cement that relationship probably for the rest of the game. They take that stuff very seriously. Oh, also, we are approaching an Empire plan not too far in the future, the game would like to point out. And like 480 would be a lovely place to be. It seems a tad unrealistic. It would be 320 even to just hold on to what we have now. And at the moment, we're not going to get anywhere close. We're going to end up in the neighborhood of 240. So if we want to do that, we probably have to influence focus pretty hard, which is a real shame given what I actually want to be doing. So if we put everybody from this city onto influence, we're at 45 per turn. Yeah. That doesn't get us to 480. It's going to get us into the low 400s, but it's enough to at least keep the Empire plan that we have running currently, which is not, I think, a terrible play. Hate it, though. Well, you know, there are ruins around here to search and stuff. Maybe we'll find the rest of the money for the hero that way. So let's approach very carefully here. I don't want to get caught out of position on the ocean by a necro fleet and just have things go terribly awry in a way where the stats of our units don't matter at all. What is this? Why is this glowing? Oh, thunder below, right. Quest wants me to deposit 10 million spices. I am going to get out of the water. Let's get our land vision. Okay, information. So Kandre is actually very vulnerable if Brown can prevent these units from reinforcing it. Yeah, Kandre is incredibly vulnerable. And I love the fact that Brown will not consider that me being greedy and taking stuff that should be theirs, but will instead consider it me being very helpful and extremely friendly. Also, I'm just gonna try to stay out of the way of these neutral boats here. I do not believe they will attack the Skyfin, but I also do not know for sure. All right, well, I certainly don't need you to build. I guess you could just build another military unit. I sure don't need you to build another watchtower. Coastal battery seems like a terrible move. You're going to want to start on a... How long until you move? 7 turns for you, 1 turn for you. Part of me keeping this open, there's like a tiny bit of hope in my heart on that one. I think let's get the settler built really fast. In fact, can I... If I add a movement thing to this settler... Does that still get done in 1 turn? No. 395. Well, you know what? It's good enough that, like, they move fast enough as it is. I will absolutely just accept the slower moving 1-turn build in this particular case. Not usually the way to do things, I think, but... We'll rush that out, and then we'll jump back to influence, and we're probably going to pull some influence from other cities as well. Every other city's on dust, though, right? Well, not you, but you're doing a thing that... You're doing a thing that matters, but maybe we have to have you not do that. Yeah, let's offset a little bit. We are stretched very tight on resources here. And it is taking forever for us to be able to move our faction quest forward. Oh, hey, Eclipse time. Well, we may be getting that that new hero after all. Let's not move this army right away. I want Brown to move forward and engage that. Yeah, okay. Now let's go get it. Wait. Just move here now. Okay. They didn't get in reinforcement range in time. Okay, the Irkenlice quest has ended. We didn't do this thing because going over to that continent is inconvenient. That needs to happen. This needs to happen. All right. So I don't know if we want to try to settle the new region right away. I think there's a very serious chance that settling the new region will make us unable to empire plan because we're already going to gain a city. And so the cost of our prospective empire planning is going to go up. What is this? Oh, that's a deposit. Okay. But hey, we'll be able to do some ruin searching here on our way through. Yeah, this should be really good. We should be able to get a hero out of this. Are these boats or are these units? I can't click on them until after we resolve this. Okay. Well, this should be pretty straightforward. At the very least, there's not a lot of interesting decision making here. And remember, the counterattack or the cone attack thing is now based on getting consecutive counterattacks, which is to say that it will not play any part in this battle whatsoever. Yeah, everybody just kind of like do whatever. Trying to make sure I'm getting my tiny bit of healing onto units that actually need it. Man, having flying is so powerful. Monks are such good units. They're such absurdly good units. Alright, so that's a settler, that's a fire ship, those are fire ships. Okay. I'm sorry, do you think you're going to be allowed to settle over here? You and I need to have some words. Actually, I should stop here because I want to search that ruin at the beginning of the turn. Okay, so Brown's doing some good damage here. I think we're pretty safe on the war front. I don't think the necrophages are going to suddenly start winning the war. We finished our tech. We're working on a new tech that's vitally important. I'm gonna bounce y'all over to here. Our approval level is all screwed up because we took a city, and that means our dust income is all screwed up, but also we gained a city. And we can do stuff like this. And we could potentially offset the dust loss or whatever, but like, let's take a turn or two of just all of the influence, shall we? Because we are going to actually be able to put it to use pretty immediately. Things have gotten so weird. All right, let's do like one more turn just so that we can get some of these ruin searches off. I think I will be allowed to search this ruin now, even though it's overgrown, because we're at peace with the Mycera. Let's see if that is a true fact, if I actually understand how this mechanic works. Does it... The menu suggests that it is friendly? It is friendly. What a wonderful day. Are you actually going to land? What are you thinking? All right, down here, let's do some of that again. And we've never searched this before, so let's give it a normal search as well. God, I love being this fast. I love playing this faction. Okay, we must talk to... No, I can't talk to them. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem. So we got 80 dust plus a Tome of Endless Savagery plus 80 dust plus 10 Palladian plus 80 dust. Cool. So it will not allow me to talk to an overgrown friendly village. And this causes some problems. No, just move. All right, we're going to key in that movement. So that stops my faction quest in its tracks then. However, there is one thing we could do. And that is hilariously backstab Brown while they're off fighting, destroy their entire empire, and then... that said, I think we're going to leave this army right where it is because obviously we want to finish off that settler. And once we have done that, we can probably pursue peace with the necrophages. They will probably back down. What would be the approximate influence cost of backstabbing Brown? Declaration of war would be 209. So it's expensive, and it's expensive in a time where we're trying to build up. But if we pulled it off, if their city is under garrisoned because they're using too many of their military units to fight the necrophages, it would in theory be possible and would put us in a very powerful position. I think it is definitely a thing we must at least consider. And I guess that's the place that we're in now? Sorry, can I afford... I can afford a hero. There is a second Wayrasigo, unfortunately level 1. But none of the rest of these are amazing. Like Peyton Quinn's, he's got a level 3 governing capacity, but it is an efficiency rather than a boost, which is not like... Dust efficiency is not very exciting. Yeah, the Wayrasigo is really the only hero on this market that I would want to use for this sort of thing. So, okay. May as well do it now before we get rebanned from the market. So this city is in pretty dense forest, and I can't guarantee that I will hold Kendre. Let's go ahead and install the new friend here. Then we may as well put all of these extractors in the books because otherwise I will not remember to build them. Geomic Labs can probably go first. It will take you 5 turns to build a Okay, this city is... We'll get there. Oh, Glecca is where the other Adamantian was as well. Okay. It's a direction, right? We have a way that we can run a plan. Out of curiosity, how are you feeling about that truce now? Well, it's coming along. Military strength of this player has risen. It may be the case that we want to take the truce deal. It's interesting that their military strength is so high when they have such a small number of regions. Okay, well, anyway, I do believe that is time to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching and for sticking with me through last week when I was far too sick to do anything other than lie in bed and pray for relief. This week, there are going to be more episodes than that, because there almost couldn't not be. So come back next time, real soon, for another one of these, where we perhaps conduct the most hilarious backstab in Aurigan history. And we'll see you then.